Hey everybody, Aric for President here. If you hear a little noise in the background of this video, it is well over 100 degrees outside and the AC took a vacation today. So that's the noise. This is my sweat rag, but the show must go on. And our first story revolves around an event that was teased. Many did not hear about this, and it's a very small teaser. But the event that I'm talking about is a recent trailer pumped out for some type of VR event hosted by deadmau5 that was teased on Instagram, and this is codenamed, and I will probably mispronounce this, #Oberhasli. It's only a 30-second clip, and we do see quick glimpses only, but seems like a futuristic club with all the RGB you would expect. We do see halfway though some type of menu wheel, so possibly more than just a watch event, but something you may be able to interact with. Look, when it comes to VR events, organization, and execution, they can vary greatly between what event you're at, and VR still has a tremendous amount to figure out on how to make these events work well. However, deadmau5 has actually done a VR event before and it was pretty good, so I'm excited to see him really embracing VR, wanting to do something more, and stay tuned for more details of this event. Our next story revolves around Valve and some news that broke first on Twitter by Tyler Mavicker of Valve News Network, and this showed 2 new patents. And while patents are just that, they're just patents, not an actual product, it's nice to see Valve still working on the Index because since its launch, we haven't seen much Index-specific upgrades, and this is nice to see. So what are these patents? They seem to hint at eye tracking and performance increases, and from how I read it, I am definitely open to comments letting me know if I was right or wrong. It's all pretty exciting, and it reads as having a screen that can change the refresh rate of spots on it. Where you're looking at can render at the target of say 120 to 144 Hz, while your peripherals render at a lower refresh rate. Similar to other things, but a way to save GPU overhead a little bit of a different way. That's what we know right now. Again, just a patent doesn't mean it's actually going to be anything, but if this is something used, it may be not only a great way to make your experience better with the Index, but this may be applicable to mid-range headsets and be able to make them much more powerful and keep them at a lower price. Exciting stuff. I will follow up with this if there's more details. Also in a quick story, let's talk about sports, specifically watching them in VR, because in a day and age when MMA fights are happening now with zero crowd, you would think there'd be some more sports available in VR. Next VR used to be a decent option, something I had a good time with, but they were recently acquired by Apple and taken down for now as they head in a new direction. So are there any newer options out there? The answer is kind of. Currently now in the coming soon section on the Oculus Quest store, it looks like MLB VR will be launching pretty soon. This app, while not a social sport viewer, does provide you with MLB Play with very interesting ways to view what's happening. You've got 3D pitch strike zones, so you can track players all over the field at all times, analyze pitch locations, and just a lot more. It will require an at-bat premium or MLB.TV subscription, but for baseball fans, it could be a nice way to watch your favorite sports in VR, and I'll be trying this just to see the value that it could provide to the experience when it launches. Also, let's look at VTime for PC VR users, a social platform now getting video support in a new theater update where you can chat with friends and watch select sports programming, mostly soccer though at this time. Look, VTime is not exactly VR chat or Neos VR. In fact, it leaves a ton to be desired and has a lot of work to do, yet at the same time, with the right support, they may add more and more sports programming, and this would be a nice way to be social and watch the game from home, as the info I could get watching it in VR at the same time, watching with friends across the world, that means a lot to me. Honestly, at this point, I'm just looking for the day and age where I can sit in VR on the 50-yard line of a football field. That would be amazing. Let me know your thoughts. In very exciting news and our main story, the Oculus Quest again is getting more updates that to me should set the standard for how a VR experience is, especially when it comes to social functions, something all of VR just seems to lack, in my opinion at least. This new update is designed to help you connect with friends, meet new people, and share your experiences with the community. The first new feature is Public Parties, which is a voice call for groups to discover, travel, and play together per the blog. Both current and new friends can join up with up to 8 people over the same voice chat on the Oculus Quest. The second update, and the most important to me, which I'll get more into in a bit, is this new Travel Together feature. This will allow formed groups to launch directly into social experiences and play together much easier than trying to find everybody in the same lobby. You'll be able to try this out from this list so far with tons of solid titles like Echo VR, Racket NX, Synth Riders, and much more. Lastly, new privacy settings have been added to determine who can find you by knowing your Oculus or Facebook ID, where you could hide yourself if you wanted. Another huge value add update to the Oculus Quest that's going to be rolling out over time. I know this is it's just an opinion. Many people have different experiences than I do, but when it comes to multiplayer gaming or social gaming, whether the Oculus Quest, PC VR, or whatever, in my experience, it's always been very difficult to get everyone in the same room. We just played Paval last night, and it took a lot of people a lot of refreshes in trying to find the room. It should be easier to join your friends and enjoy an amazing VR experience that doesn't get hampered down by just getting started, but that's just a little mini rant in my opinion. Let me know your thoughts. Our final story today is a quick one and revolves around an update that you should be paying attention to Star Wars Tales of the Galaxy's Edge, which is a new VR experience being developed in the Star Wars universe, releasing later this year. We don't have much info on it, but the developer's Twitter, it reads, "Take a seat, get the first story details of Star Wars Tales from the Galaxy's Edge on July 28th with this new concept art provided by Stephen Todd. I'm not sure what this game will be, but if it's anything a little more off the rails than Vader Immortal, but with the same or more effort put into it, well, I'll be pretty pumped and optimistic about this one." I'm gonna go dry off. I am drenched with sweat. That is it for today's video. Please leave a like if you did enjoy it. Make sure to subscribe and hit that bell icon. And as always, see you on the next one, Space Cowboys.